Side when we come back.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Clash. Dakota has won the toss, deferred to the second half. My name is Chad Bush, alongside Sam Stick Day. Matt Derry alongside as well in the pregame. He'll be along at halftime. Joey Radio on sidelines, and we are set to go to kick it off. Dakota right to left, Aiden Mata to boot it, and it's taken down inside the 20 and picked up and carried across by Cephas Harris. Trey Harris, a guy you'll hear quite a bit tonight. Good field position for Chippewa Valley.
Yeah, look for number 7 to do a little bit of everything there. He catches, he receives, he runs the ball, and obviously he returns kickoffs. Looking for the keys to victory today for Chippewa Valley. Utilize that size. You got the meat up front. That's where this game is going to be won. The big men have to dominate the trenches, and then you flip to the other side of the ball. Play off this home crowd. You know what? They have the 12th man in Seattle. They got the 12th man here in Macomb tonight for Dakota.
Ryan Schuster from the right hash from the 30-yard line. Going to hand off to Harris. Going to bounce it outside to the 35-40. Watch out. Down the right sideline to the 50. Could go on the first play of scrimmage. 70 yards to the house. His 11th touchdown of the year on play 1 from the 30, and the hush from the home sideline, it is telling tonight.
Yeah, that was one of my keys to the game. Play off the home crowd. Well, it's going to be tough for the home crowd to stay excited after a run like that. And what you hate about this play, if you're Dakota, you had him in the backfield. And that stiff arm, the nice left-handed stiff arm to get him into the open field. And now you're starting to see how this guy is averaging 185 yards a game. He's got 70 on one carry, Chad.
Committed to Youngstown State. Will he stay a Penguin? Here comes the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is 7-0 Chippewa Valley Big Red. And how about it out of the kick, number 47, Tariq Ahmed Basic, the holder Maddox Altamirano, and the long snapper Devontae Love. 7-0 on the big-time 70-yard touchdown run. Stick, what do you see here?
I see him avoid a tackle for loss. The number 40 had him behind the line of scrimmage, could have taken him down. That stiff arm propelled him to the outside, and then just nothing but pure speed and athleticism. And as we discussed in the pregame, he's thick. Like, that is 185 pounds on a 5'8" guy. That is tough to tackle.
A guy that scored 3 touchdowns in the opener against Catholic Central for 3-0, number 1, Chippewa Valley. We didn't get a chance to get into this matchup, but there are top 25 number 1 Chippewa Valley. Macomb, Dakota, you mentioned it, 1-2 up against it. They're coming off a loss last week.
Yep.
To Romeo, a tough loss, 14-10 without their star running back. Stick, they've got to get something going here. Already down 7-0. They've only played 1 play.
Yeah, you're going to want to respond if you're Dakota. This is what rivalry games are all about. You're going to get punched in the mouth. You got to swing back, especially after something like that, because this is the type of game you're like, all right, can we restart this real quick?
Ahmed Basic to boot it. He's a good one, and he'll kick it out of bounds. That's a boo-boo, and it'll be solid field position for Macomb, Dakota. 1-2. It's a team that got a first week loss to a familiar foe for us and Brother Rice. In the Catholic League, of course, they're certainly up there. A big, impressive week 1 win, 35-21. The win was 39-7 in week 2, and then the loss last week, 14-10. Meanwhile, number 1 Clinton Township Chippewa Valley has been cruising through 45-20 over Catholic Central, 38-0 over Utica Ford, and last week 28-21 over Eisenhower. How does this offense for Dakota get some points today?
The way they're going to have to do it is they're a running offense, but they're going to need to make those passing plays when they really matter. I'm talking 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Or start off the game with something.
Hamby over the middle, and he overshoots his wide receiver. He was looking for Blake Gabarino over the middle on the post route. And this is a guy that, is leading an offense that put up 23 points. That's the average. But 39 points in week 2. They've shown the potential, but it's a junior first-year signal caller in Hamby. And that's the guy that needs a little bit of help in the pass game.
Yeah, and I was watching him warm up in the pre-games, and he has nice snap on the ball. When he gets his feet set and his face in his target, he can really put it on you. So I'm interested to see just how strong his arm is tonight.
Play action pass throws right side. It's a hitch route. It's caught for 5 yards. And he goes across the way and finds a familiar target for him. That's Allen Browning, the 6'3", 170-pound junior wide receiver, and he gets half the yards up there. That looked like a sharp throw.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You saw him able to set his feet, turn his hips, find his target, and hit him right in the chest. You know, unfortunately, the wide receiver fell down, but a nice gain of 5 there.
The headliner for Dakota is their running back, and it shouldn't have taken us this long to talk about him, but Caden Sloan, you did mention in our pregame, you'll hear his name quite a bit. He did not play last week because of a hamstring injury. You expect him to factor into this game often, perhaps. Here on 3rd and 5, he does get the loaf, he does get the first down, and more across midfield. It's a first down on 3rd and 5 for Caden Sloan, a kid who has all kinds of Division II, Division I interest. He's also high academic, and he won one of the highest honors that this rivalry can bring.
Yeah, the Great American Rivalry Series, they gave him a nice scholarship and honor before the game. It was just really nice to see that.
Up front, it's Cooper Phillips, who's committed to Grand Valley, leads the way. On the other right side, the tackle, it's Riley Smolars. They lead that offensive front line. It's a big offensive front. They average 6'2", 278. Big, strong, and experienced. And then you look at the running backs and receivers. Caden Sloan, the top running back, over 270 yards against Brother Rice in week 1. Aiden Mata, the backup running back. Quest Williams and Colpart are the top targets for Dakota. 2nd and 6 now for Dakota. They're now into Chippewa territory. This is an important drive, number 1, for the Cougars at home.
Yeah, and I like the way they started out. You know, we expected them to run the ball. They come out with 2 passes, then they pounded up the middle for a couple gains.
The give is to Sloan off right guard. He's tackled immediately and taken down by number 6. That's Cameron Frazier, a guy that you talked about in the pregame. You really like his activity, don't you?
I like his activity, and I like his attitude. You know, when you're a middle linebacker, you got to play with that fierceness, that ferociousness, and he has it. He has it in spades, and you see him get up there and give some love to his teammates because that was a big play.
3rd and 4 for Dakota. They're into Big Red territory after the one-play drive. A 70-yard touchdown run that took just about a handful of seconds. 9:07 left in the first. Dakota in the 4 wide receivers set on 3rd and 4. Over the middle, passes nearly intercepted, but caught. Williams inside the 5, down inside the end zone. Touchdown, Dakota! Quest Williams to the house on a pass that looked like it was going the other way to the house. Quest Williams finds the destination.
You like Amby's moxie here. He pump fakes it. He waits for him to split the defenders, and obviously the safety was closing in on that. A split second later, that ball's intercepted. But just like, you know, on the Dakota defensive side, they missed that tackle. Long touchdown run. Here you go. Chippewa misses the interception, long touchdown reception. So a couple plays not being made, leading to long scores already.
Well said. Here comes the extra point by the southpaw kicker, and it's off the upright, no good. The attempt was by Anthony Markovsky. He's a good one, but that extra point will take a note. 7-6, the Big Red over the Cougars, but the Cougars are on the board at home. 8:54 to go on our Friday night clash.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Welcome back to Macomb on a beautiful night. My name is Chad Bush, Sam Stick Day, Joey Radio on the sidelines, Matt the Diesel Derry along at halftime. Travis Childress, your producer. Alex Westfall, your producer. 7-6, missed extra point. But how about the Williams touchdown pass? A touchdown pass that went for 44 yards in a drive that took just 2.5 minutes.
That's how you respond. We talked about it. This is a championship game. You got to respond. That's exactly what Dakota did. And now you get some action on the kickoff.
Ball is loose inside the 25. Let's take a look and see who has it. Chippewa has the football. 7-6, mixed extra point, but the point was made in this. You asked for a pass game.
Yep.
The pass game on drive 1 was prevalent.
It was really good. That's what it was. And like you said, a little bit late on that pass over the middle, but he still found the end zone, and this is a results-oriented business. That's a touchdown.
That's right. So Dakota shows that they've got that offense rolling and a little bit of confidence. Dakota state champions in 2006 and 2007. Greg Bauer, the head coach, was the defensive coordinator for those 2 titles. Throw right side, and that is borderline. No, he's outside the pocket and a receiver in the area. How about the coverage, as we'll get a look at the starters for both sides, but how about the coverage for Dakota?
Yeah, it was good coverage there, but let's go over the starters here. For Chippewa Valley, you have Allen at left tackle, Matt Drazic, and then Griffin Block. Ken
6'8" Block in the middle.
There's no better place for a lineman to be called Block. That's where you want him. Put him on the line. And it's looking like they are calling pass interference, or not pass interference, intentional.
Luke Wheeler, Patiglio up front. Jaden Giles, one of the leaders and captains and also an award winner, along with Gavin Moore, one of the captains. Calvin Watson, good in the middle. And you look at the secondary with Vitale at one corner, Nixon on the other, and Lucci, Mata, and Dale, the back-end secondary. 8:41 to go, 7-6, Big Red on top. And they're deep in their own territory on possession 2. Schuster's going to keep it, and he's going to get stood up and stuffed by Aiden Mata, the safety senior. It is a gain of 5, but a statement made by the defensive secondary senior captain.
Yeah, he ran into a wall there. You like that play, little fake handoff. The quarterback keeps it around the outside. But, man, he gets stuffed like that and stood up. That could have been a decent gain, so great tackle in the open field.
Ryan Schuster, the quarterback, 4-point GPA, scholarship award winner, ranks 20th out of 585 in his class. Both these schools are huge. Dakota, the largest school in the state, over 2,800 students, and Chippewa Valley, 2,300 students, 10th largest in the state. Big 3rd and long for the road number 1 team, Chippewa Valley. And in trouble is Schuster, pressure, and down he goes from behind. Sacked in the backfield by a familiar defensive name in Gavin Moore.
You got to hand it to the way Dakota has responded after that early touchdown. I mean, these last 2 plays, the quarterback hasn't even been able to get the ball off. This was kind of a quarterback draw design, and he ran in the back of his own man, but that goes down as a sack.
Owen Mitchell, actually the first guy in there, and the guy cleaning him off is their leading tackler, Gavin Moore. And now punting time for Dakota, and this is a low spiral kick that's going to be taken by Sloan at the 36-yard line of Chippewa. So 7:03 to go in the first quarter, and Dakota with great field position. This is the 35th meeting all-time between these 2 schools. Chippewa and Dakota started in 1998. Dakota didn't open until 1995. They waited a few years until the series would start, as you could imagine. Dakota had to grow. It was born from Chippewa and divided. The schools are only 2.5 miles apart. And it's been Dakota's won the last 2, but Chippewa won the first 6 out of 7 in this series. We'll talk more about that later. There's a little hitch and go. They're looking left side. They're looking deep, and it's over the head of Colpart, Owen Colpart, their top receiver. It's a very young wide receiver crew, and it's 2nd down and 10 from the 35.
I bet you Hamby wishes he had that throw back, because he had him wide open on this double move. Nice little pump fake, get him on the fake hook, and then you have him streak it down the sideline. Oh, just overthrows him. He keeps that ball in the field of play. That's a potential touchdown.
Yeah. Dakota was 6-2 last year, 1-2 this year. Chip Valley 3 wins last year, and they have 3 wins and no losses this year. Handoff up the middle, and Sloan is drugged down at about the 32-yard line. And that's the big boy up front, whose name we'll call quite a bit tonight. And his name is Anthony Wright. He's a sophomore, and he's one of their sensational quad sophomores.
And I always have a soft spot for 99. That was my number, and, whenever you see a big man out there working with 99, I appreciate it. Shout out to Aaron Donald, too.
You didn't puff out of the jersey quite like that.
No, I was a little different looking 99.
You were a different build defensive end.
Yes.
It's a defense for Chip Valley with it's sort of a 3-4 look. They'll play more 5 in the secondary with 4 wide receivers they'll face. There's a throw and a curl route. It's caught for a first down. On 3rd and 7, they get 9. And a nice little pitch and catch that time back to his favorite target. Is that number 22? It is. That's his running back, Caden Sloan, for a first down.
Well, we knew the running backs were going to be the focus of the game today. We just didn't know that, they'd be out there catching passes instead of running the ball up the middle. But what a great catch by Sloan. And Hamby, he had options on that play, too. If he wanted to take the check down, they probably could have gotten a first down there as well.
He put a little mustard on that, didn't he?
I'm telling you, when I was watching him in warm-up, he has some snap on that football.
He's thrown for just about 80 yards a game so far. Pass game has not been their strength. It's been the run game. How about Sloan starting and stopping before he spilled after a healthy gain of 5 on first down? Big Red by 1 point as we are about halfway through the first quarter.
I love what Dakota's doing on offense right now. I don't know what they're going to do next. So I'm assuming Chippewa Valley doesn't know what they're going to do next either, because we anticipated a lot of running. That's where their bread and butter is. But the passing game has been excellent so far in this first quarter.
You like the changeup thrown by Greg Bauer. Head coach in his 6th year as a head coach. But he's been at Dakota for over a decade. There's a handoff up the middle. But meanwhile, Scott Merchant is in his 13th year, and he's got the #1 squad here that he brings in on our prep top 25. Scott Merchant, the former head coach at a couple of different schools, U.A.D. in the Catholic League. He was the defensive coordinator at Chippewa Valley as well, and he played under Al Fracassa at Brother Rice.
That's some good heritage right there in your system.
No, it sure is.
Joey would love that.
Oh, yeah, Joey's loving life right now. He's down in the student section. 3rd and 4, back to pass. Pass is caught, out of bounds, first down. Another catch by #1, and that is Owen Colpart, the top target at 6'3", 200 pounds. Move the chains, first down.
And he's using all of this 6'3" frame. Look at him. He's just kind of boxing out the defender. It's almost like a basketball move for him. You just get your hips into him and turn around, and the ball has been there when it's needed to be.
Working right in front of Ricky Mosley. It's a solid Chippewa defense, but it is a defense that has given up some things point-wise. They did give up to Catholic Central 20 points as a handoff up the middle. They gave up 21 last week to Eisenhower, but they did pitch a shutout against Ford, 38-0 in week 2. So teams have shown they can pass on Chippewa Valley. The run's been hard to come by. Dakota's been reading the scouting report.
Yeah, well, Dakota's been doing a little bit of everything, too. And that, like we said, that makes it kind of tough to defend. You don't know whether you're blitzing right now. You don't know whether to play it back. So I like what Dakota's doing on offense, especially responding after that first play.
A lot of balance. Hamby looking left side, in trouble. Pocket breaks down, and down he goes. And he's taken down by a couple of fellows, but it's the big boy in the middle that you'll hear quite a bit. Jalen Kendrick Denson, the nose guard.
Jalen Kendrick Denson.
Yeah, and here he didn't have to go forward. He really could have just stayed in the pocket, absorbed the line of scrimmage, but he ran at it and got sacked.
Hurry up offense for Dakota. Hurry up and wait, rather. It's 3rd and 10. They do have an outstanding. Both schools have great kickers. The sign says.
Oh, there's a
we
Chippewa,
got a Chippewa down
yeah.
there. Okay.
I like when they use the funny signs for the play calling.
Yeah. Hamby looking right side, looking in zone, fade route, caught, touchdown, Colpart! There's a flag down in the end zone, but for now, it's a 3rd and 10 touchdown.
I think you're going to get offensive pass interference.
Think so?
Yeah. He extended the arms a little while he was behind him.
We wait for the official call. And it looks like indeed it is coming back.
And that's tough. That's really tough right there as you see the student section react. Look at this sea of students in that student section, first of all.
6,000 to 7,000 in the house tonight. Good coverage here, too.
I didn't think he necessarily had to push off either. He has the size on him. But whenever you extend those arms and they see you lock your elbows, that's when you're going to get the call.
Ricky Mosley in solid coverage for the Big Red. All right, 3rd and 26. Screen right side, Sloan. Right sideline, 15-10, and tackled at the 8. And it'll be the field goal unit coming on to try to give the Cougars the lead against the #1 team in our top 25, the Big Red.
I like that play call. I really like that play call because it's almost risk-free. You know you're going to give your kicker a better chance to make the field goal. And if you break it and score a touchdown, you look like a genius. So it's a win-win-win call. I like that.
I do too. So this will be Colin Sherrill to snap it. Owen Mitchell, number 10, to hold it. And Anthony Markovsky to attempt the field goal from the right hash. He is a left-footed kicker as well. And it is up, and it is no good. Wide left. An extra point was missed, and now a field goal. And in a rivalry game, that's 4 points off the board for Dakota. That's got to make you sick to your stomach.
I don't know if he got a finger on that ball to push it that way.
Perhaps. There was a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it was very close to being a block.
Yeah, there was pressure.
Let's see if he tipped the ball at all. I think he did.
Certainly distracted it, if nothing else, right? And that counts for something. The distraction was coming, by the way, from Brandon Leslie Arnold, senior defensive back. So Chippewa takes over. How about that? So no points on that drive. They don't take advantage of possession at the 35-yard line. They do run some time off and keep that Big Red offense off the field. Harris the give up the middle, and it's a short gain of maybe 2 or 3. He's going against a Dakota defensive front that is quite impressive. And they've got some size up there. And they're led by Luke Wheeler and Petiglio. 2nd and long.
Got Anthony Coleman on the line too, along with Jaden Giles, who also won the award before the game.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that award coming up. Handoff in the backfield and a TFL coming up. The first hit coming from Aiden Mata, who's had a presence in this game, and Dale Aiden as well. Aiden Dale, rather.
That was good pressure in the backfield. Early in the game, they missed that backfield tackle, and it cost them a touchdown.
That's right.
And even when they had him wrapped up, it is tough to take Cephas to the ground.
Big, stout, 5'8", 195. Has twin brothers that play for the Warriors at Wayne State.
Tree trunks for thighs.
3rd and 7 in the winding seconds in this first quarter, and a dandy of a rivalry game. Glad you're with us. Throw over the middle, and great coverage by Watson to knock that ball away from the intended receiver, Carr.
That was an interesting play. The top 2 wide receivers at the top of the field didn't go when the ball was snapped. They just kind of stood there for a good 2 seconds, and so they were really only running 2 guys on the route there. If you watch this, look at the top wide receiver. Oh, no, 1, 2. Oh, now we go.
Not ready for it.
Yeah, it's tough to beat a defense when you're only running 2 wide receivers out there against
That's
them.
right. Maddox Altamirano, the intended receiver. So here comes the punt from Tarek Ahmet Basic, and he will boot it away from his own 10. It's a high spiral as Sloan will let it hit, and it'll roll inside the 40 and get a Big Red roll down to the 38 as time winds out and runs down in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout. Joey Radio is next with a special guest. We're back in a moment on the Friday Night Clash.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Hey, it is Joey with Woodward Sports here for the Friday Night Clash, and I got to be hanging out with the cheer squad, Dakota cheer squad. What's your name?
I'm Jacqueline.
And Jacqueline is a senior. What does this mean to you? Last rivalry against Chippewa Valley.
I don't know. It's a big deal. I'm super excited. I mean, I hope we come out with a win, but either way, it's always super, super fun. So I'm really excited.
And how about you? What's your name?
I'm Cassidy.
And are you ready?
Definitely.
So we got a little chant ready, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Okay, here we go. Let's do this chant. I'm ready.
All right, ready? Here we go. Woodward Sports. Let's go.
Woo! Here it is, my favorite rivalry week.
All right, thanks, Joey Radio. Appreciate it very much. 11:30 to go, just underway. As Dakota has it, and a run on the left side by Sloan, and near the first down marker. This is a guy, Sloan, that has had some game stick this year that have put people on notice. In Dakota's 35-21 loss to Brother Rice, he put up over 270 yards on the Brother Rice defense.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting, when Joey was in Dakota yesterday, kind of doing the lunch hype and all that, he was able to talk to him, and he said, what are you going to do to top that? And he goes, well, 300 yards. And, 300 yards is how you top 272.
That's right. Got some help that time from Cooper Phillip, big, strong, experienced left tackle, headed to Grand Valley. How about the right tackle, Riley Smallers is headed to Northern Michigan. Not bad to have a couple of GLIAC bookend tackles. His brother Noah was a senior when Riley was a freshman, as we get a timeout on the field. And we'll take it with him. 11:23 to go in the second quarter. 7-6. The Big Red, number 1 in the top 25 over the Cougars here from Dakota.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Well, when you talk about the biggest schools of the MHSAA, you look no further than these two schools. Macomb, Dakota, 2,876 students. And then Chippewa Valley is 10th, no small potato, 2,386. 4 schools from the MAC Red in that top 10. Stick impressive that both these giants are doing what they're doing.
It is amazing. That is a sea of people that go to school every single day. And I was watching the student section earlier, and the guy that's kind of leading it here for Dakota was like, who are you? And he goes to school with those people every day.
Caden Sloan on 3rd and short, needed 1. He got about 8 up the middle to the 40-yard line. And Dakota's been able to move the football on Chippewa. Chippewa, this defense, you start 4 sophomores, not as much experience, but a lot of speed and skill. Dakota right now doing a good job of mixing it up, keeping them off balance.
Yeah, we've been talking about that since well into the first quarter, that keeping them off balance is so important right now, because when they're able to pin their ears back and go at what they want, they're very tough to beat.
They are indeed. They'll go a little tight now with Hamby getting the snap. Caden Sloan will carry, gain of about 3 off the right side.
A little bit of a wildcat look right there.
Yeah. Sloan again missed last week entirely. Played just sparingly in week 2. But coming off a hamstring injury, wanted to make sure he was at full strength.
Yeah, I didn't want to speculate on that, but, is that one of those games where you're looking ahead on the calendar and you're like, all right, I got to be ready to go against Chip?
I think so. You certainly don't look over Romeo,
right,
as good as they are,
right,
a ranked team in some polls in some areas. But I think it was just one of those where you keep him out and get him ready for the big rivalry. Yeah. Sloan, not much there. 1 yard maybe. Coming in to make the pop is number 6. That's Cameron Frazier, the junior middle linebacker. Not a lot of seniors on the defense. They do have a guy in the back end they really like and trust in Zach Ernat, the only 2-way starter for Chippewa Valley. But Dakota loves to keep the Big Red offense off the field right now. That has to be the biggest accomplishment thus far, right?
Well, we saw how explosive they are, so yeah, that's exactly what you want to be doing.
Handoff right side, running room. Sloan across the 35 to the 30. Plunges forward, gets 7. Continues to chunk away the Chip Valley defense.
And that's what we were talking about. Yes, he averages like 150 yards a game, but only 6 yards a carry. So he needs the volume that he's getting right now to get those, and obviously it's productive, so you keep feeding the beast.
That's right. Back to pass, looking right, looking in zone for Colpart. Caught! No, dropped! Had it and dropped it, working against the corner, Mosley, and that's incomplete.
What an amazing effort to get that ball. He probably caught that like 3 or 4 times, and when you're doing that on the field, I'm sure in his head it was almost slow motion. Every time he hit it, no, 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 and then all of a sudden it hits the ground. Oh, that would have been a great catch. But they've had that all game.
They've been picking on Mosley.
Yeah, they took 1 touchdown away already for an offensive pass interference, but I like Dakota going back to the well on that play.
Yep, it's Owen Colpart. Dakota, 3 of 5 returning starters on that offensive line. Sloan again, and he's bullied forward for a healthy gain of 4 on 2nd and 10 in this 7-6 game. Macomb, Dakota, 1-2 under 51-year-old head coach Greg Bauer, who took over for Mike Giannone after he left for De La Salle. Bauer also coached at Dakota during that 2001 state championship for Dakota. Both schools with state titles, both schools with 2 state titles.
Big 3rd down right now.
All in the 2000s. Throw over the middle, wide open, and Hamby throws behind his receiver, who was sitting down at the 15-yard line. It's 4th down, and it's field goal time for Dakota.
Yeah, I think that Hamby was expecting him to settle down right in that zone and just kind of stop. That's why the ball was behind him. But the wide receiver was thinking, I continue up the seam. Either way, incompletion, 4th down. Looks like they're going for it, Chad.
It would be a 44-yard field goal.
That'd be impressive.
And missed extra point, missed field goal. Yeah, hard to argue with this call from the right hash.
Colpart on this?
I think so. 4th and 8. Has time, floats it up. Pass is incomplete. Play made by the middle linebacker again. Cameron Frazier. The floater was knocked down, and it's turnover on down. Stand up. Big Red defense.
Yeah, that's why we highlighted him early in the game. Just solid. Always there, always around the ball. And even if they complete that pass, it's not enough for a 1st down. So it's okay if they dropped it. But at the same time, you got to make those plays.
Well, you're Dakota. You've been not quite inside the red zone, but down to the 27-yard line. 3 times now. You got 6 points, a missed field goal, and now a turnover on downs.
Yeah, you're feeling good and bad at the same time. It's a very strange situation going on for Dakota.
That's right. Schuster hands to Trey Harris. Gain of 4 off that right side, that Chippewa offensive line. Led by Zach Allison, the left tackle. Matt Dressage, the left guard. Griffin Block, 6'8", 275 center. It's the 2nd time I think we've seen a center over 6'6" on the Friday Night Clash.
That is a group of meat right there, man. How much you think? How many pizzas would you have to buy those guys to satisfy them?
Not enough. I tell you what, our friends at Green Lantern, who we'll get to in a moment, would be shrinking their profit. There's a handoff right side. Harris, he's in trouble. Going to lose a yard or 2. Thanks to that Dakota defense led by Wheeler. And now some extra play shenanigans, has a flag in the air.
Now, if they're calling a late hit, I didn't hear a whistle at all. So it looked like the refs were letting them play, and then all of a sudden at the end, they decided that was enough.
We get our first quarter stats brought to you by the Pat Stat and Janssen. And how about this? Dakota, 17 plays, 107 yards. Chippewa, 83 yards on just 8 plays.
Well, 70 of them came on 1 play. So
That's
subtract that. 7 plays for what? 13 yards. That's big defense after they let up that big play.
That's right.
And here's a replay. I mean, the running back, Cephas, was staying on his feet. He was churning for more yards. I don't know when they blew the whistle to blow it dead, but apparently a little personal foul there at the end.
Yeah, well, Chippewa's moving on up. They're up to the 44, 1st and 10. 4 wide receivers. Harris to the left, to the quarterback, Schuster in the shotgun. Play action pass. Harris has it left flat, caught at the 50, inside and out to the 40. Makes a man fall down. Still on his feet to the 15, 10, out of bounds. Inside the 5.
There is a flag down.
The flag can be down all at once. Look at that kid run. That tells you all you need to know. But a big flag, isn't it?
Yeah.
This one's coming back.
Eligible wide receiver downfield. Yeah, but the way he turned around, number 7, we got to make sure that kid's ankles are okay. My goodness, what a juke. Look at this.
Just see
one
him
guy
in
missed
space.
right here, inside, outside. Whoop.
Yeah, and that's a good player that he made miss.
Yeah, Aiden Mata.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
he's made a lot of good players miss.
That's one of those plays you want on your highlight reel. You send it off, and then they're like, "Wait, wasn't there a penalty on that play?" And you're like, "No, no, just watch the play. I was doing good things."
Chippewa Valley put up 45 points against the Catholic League Central Division preseason number 1, Detroit Catholic Central. Harris, backfield, tackled for a loss by the wheelman, Wheeler. Luke Wheeler.
I'm still amazed by how hard Cephas Harris is to take to the ground. Even when they have their hands on him, this should be a nice, easy tackle. Look how hard he has to fight to get him down to the ground.
Luke Wheeler, 6'1", 220, senior D lineman, sets up a 2nd and 20. 6:05 left. So glad you're with us in front of a crowd that's erupting. A record crowd nearing 7,000 people right now.
It is a sea of people here in Macomb.
From the left hash, 2nd and 21, and a pre-snap penalty coming up on the Big Red.
Yeah, it looked like Luke Wheeler jumped off sides there. I mean, after you make that big play, you're all jacked up, you're ready to go hit again, and sometimes they get you on the hard count. There's nothing wrong with that. I'll take aggressive penalties all day if I'm a coach.
That's right.
Bonehead penalties, then we got an issue. But aggressive penalties, go ahead, guys. Go nuts.
That's right. This game is part of the Great American Rivalry Series. There's just 2 games in the state of Michigan that are honored as this. It's a national honor. And we're glad to carry it here on the Prep. And the Friday Night Clash presented by Woodward Sports. Harris again has a give. He'll get about 2, but it's not nearly enough. It's 3rd and forever for this Chippewa Valley offense. It's really been muted a bit by this Greg Bauer-led defense.
Yeah, outside of that first play from scrimmage, you've seen Dakota pretty much shut them down. But unfortunately, you know, Dakota hasn't been able to take advantage of it. As we said, they've missed an extra point, a field goal, left 4 points on the board there, driven it into the zone, not quite the red zone, but driven it into their zone a couple times and not been able to come away with anything.
Yep.
Got to be frustrating.
Sure is. 3rd and 12 from the middle of the field for Ryan Schuster. Going to throw it up right side, deep, and overshoots his top target. Looking for Maddox.
He had him.
He had him, but a little too deep.
Yeah.
And back-to-back possessions now, Dakota has forced this potent and explosive Big Red offense to punt.
But if I'm Chippewa Valley, I'm looking at that play. All right, I see that we can do that, and you keep that in your back pocket, maybe pull that one out again. Look at that student section. I mean, what is that, 50 across and 100 deep?
We know Joey Radio somewhere down there.
Somewhere. I think we lost him.
We're going to have Joey. He's with a couple of sergeants from the Marine Corps coming up here soon. This punt is hanged up high and deep by Amit Basic, and it's going to roll to the 25 before it's touched down.
Yeah, good job by Aiden Mata to get out of the way of that. That was a high punt, tough to field those. If you're ever in doubt and you're the punt returner, just get away.
Yeah.
Just get. Bad things will happen if you're in doubt and trying to go for it.
Fire, fire, fire. Food tonight was provided to us by Green Lantern Pizza at 18 Mile Road in Hayes here in Clinton Township. They're the king of pepperoni. And they have had the best pizza in town for over 65 years. That's no surprise to the folks on this side, including Matt the Diesel Dairy. They currently have 7 locations in Metro Detroit. For locations and more information, please visit greenlanternpizza.com. Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you to Matt Dairy. Thank you to Green Lantern Pizza. Thanks to Al. Thanks to Chris. Thanks to TJ and all the folks for the delicious food. Dakota's football at the 25-yard line. Gain of 2 off the right side for Sloan. That'll set up 2nd and long.
Now, if you're Dakota here, you got to put points on the board before you go to halftime. You've essentially dominated this entire first half outside of, 15 seconds of a sprint down the sideline?
That's right.
And if you don't go in with the lead, you won't be feeling the way you should be, because they should be feeling very good about themselves right now.
Yep, back to pass over the middle. Pass is intercepted. Picked off. Picked off by Ernat. Ernat up the right sideline and out of bounds at the 20. But Hamby's been picked, and Chippewa has momentum with 3:49 to go until halftime.
And that's what happens when you don't cash in on the opportunities that you have. You're just playing with fire, because eventually you're going to make a mistake. You want to be in a position to where you already have all the points to overcome these mistakes. And I thought he had a route up the sideline. He decided to go over the middle where there was
into traffic.
4 defenders.
And he threw into a guy, Ernat, that's one of the better safeties in Macomb County, and a guy that's getting looked at by Division I and Division II schools. And the only two-way guy, and the other way he plays is a receiver.
So he's got good hands.
He's got good hands, good anticipation.
Yeah, usually that's what they say about DBs. You know why they're DBs? Because they can't catch.
That's right.
He can do both.
Scott Merchant's team is in gear now, and Trey Harris is across the 15 and bullying his way down to the 11 with 3:40 left until halftime.
I know I've said it a lot, but I am impressed by how hard it is to bring him down. He is not going down on first contact at all.
No,
even
sir.
Third, fourth contact is tough. Like, look at, he got an extra 5 yards after contact right there.
Guy that averaged 160 yards per game last year and had 7 touchdowns. He already has 11 touchdowns this year, including 1 on the first play from scrimmage. That's why they have the lead, and he is tripped up by his own player, it looks like. Cephas Harris, a gain of about 1. How big is it now for Dakota to force a field goal here in that you've had the tables turned on you a couple times where you thought you were getting points?
I was going to say, well, as big as it was for them to score and go in with the momentum, it's just as big to stop them now and try to salvage what momentum you have left. But it's going to be tough to stop Quintez. I am thoroughly impressed by this running back.
Chippewa trying to get in the end zone. On offense, puts up over 30 points a game. Fade left side, Ernat caught, touchdown! He started the drive and he ends it in the north end zone. Touchdown, Big Red.
You wonder if the coach just wanted to feed him a little sugar after he got the ball back.
Sure.
You know what? Reward the man who got us here. You like that. You love the coaching, and you see how excited he is running over to the sidelines right now, getting the student section fired up.
And anytime you have number 7 in the backfield, little play action threat never hurts.
No, and they kept feeding him on that drive and feeding him on that drive, so why not? Why not pull the play action and throw it to your receiver?
Devontae Love to snap it. Maddox, Altamirano to hold it, and that is no good. So put an asterisk next to that one. Both teams have missed extra points. 13-6 your score with 2:36 left. Let's recap that drive. It was an 11-play, or excuse me, it was a 3-play drive. It lasted 23 yards, 1 minute 10 seconds, and an 11-yard touchdown pass to Ernat from the quarterback, Ryan Schuster.
Yeah, just wide open in the corner of the end zone. Easy pitch and toss, and now you're up by a score. But that was a big missed extra point. It's the momentum in this game has been so funky because they score, and you're like, okay, now they're going to go down 8. That's going to be tough. They got to get the 2-point. Okay, they missed it. We're only down 7. This is okay. It's not panic time yet. We still got 2:36 left on the clock. We've shown we can move the ball. Let's get back on the horse and move this thing down the field.
Right on.
What an entertaining first half so far.
Sure has been. Andy Denrider is the offensive coordinator for Chippewa Valley. quarterback guru, and he's been with Merchant since 2014. And he's happy to see. He said, look, earlier this week at practice, we have to finish drives. Last week against Eisenhower, we won by 7. Eisenhower always plays us tough, but, you know, Merchant said we have to finish drives. And getting that touchdown certainly makes the #1 team in our top 25 feel good about it. But Dakota's got something here now with 2:36 left to run this thing down and keep that Chippewa Valley offense off. That's done. They got to get some points, though.
Yeah, well, and they responded in the first quarter. So let's see if they can respond right here, closing into halftime. But now's the question, you know, are you going to air it out? Are you going to try to run the ball? It's tricky right now if you're the coach for Dakota.
It's rivalry week. We got an exciting one here at Dakota. There's a hot pass left side, caught, ball loose, fumbled, or no. It was after he was down.
I don't know if it was fumbled out of bounds, and that's why they retained possession.
They're going to give Browning credit for the reception as we look and see Hamby's throw left side.
A little wide receiver screen.
Yep, that was Blake Garbarino, by the way. That was not Alan Browning, unless they change numbers on us. 2nd down and 3. Sloan, left side, and he trips over the turf at the 35-yard line. He needed 2. He got about 8. Could have had a lot more.
Yeah, that was ready to be a long, long touchdown run, and his feet just got a little too happy for him. He saw the hole, tried to go, you know, press the accelerator, and whomp.
Angelo Plouffe is the offensive coordinator for Macomb, Dakota. An offense that we typically see 3 wide receivers at least. There's a nice catch by Garabino, makes another man miss. Still on his feet across the 45, up to the 49. Who is this kid? Blake Garbarino, 5'6", a $148, soaking wet. And he's got Dakota thinking points all of a sudden.
You know, just a rough throw from the quarterback. You catch it running away over your shoulder, bobbling it. Then you make 4 guys miss. Just on one play. That's okay.
Man, oh man. Garbarino getting some burn.
I like that play call because we were talking before the series, are they going to air it out or not? What they've been doing is a wide receiver screens, a lot of passes behind the line of scrimmage. So it's a mix.
Yeah, Sloan right side puts his foot into the ground and sticks it at the 40. He's inside Chippewa territory.
And this is what Chippewa's been doing pretty much the entire first half. Or, I'm sorry, Dakota's been doing the entire first half.
Up and down the field. Hurry up offense. And a great open field tackle and a name we've called all too often tonight. How about it, number 3, Mosley.
Yeah, that was a great open field tackle, especially against their best player. One-on-one in space, taking out his ankles. That was great.
2 timeouts left. We're at 50 seconds remaining. Dakota's got to hustle a bit. Throw right side caught, but it was low, and he couldn't get out of bounds. Colpart made the catch, but it forces Bauer to use a timeout. And that's not good, and the offense is going to talk this one over. Coming up at halftime, Matt the Diesel Dairy will take over the halftime show. Stick around for Joey Radio as well, and he'll take us through halftime, a highlight package of all the scoring in the first half, along with Sam Stick Day. Great American Rivalry Series. Stick, what a great night and event to be a part of. And how about the scholar athletes on each side?
Yeah, Ryan Schuster, 4.042. I can barely count that high, but that says GPA. Ranked 20th in his graduating class of 585 students. And then Jaden Giles, voted team captain this year and currently holds a 3.96 and takes AP classes. And I also heard that he's an umpire in his spare time, too.
Yeah, a little community service.
Yep.
And this was footage from the pregame, and what a wonderful honor to have, to be honored by these guys, both Giles and Schuster. I mean, these guys represent their schools so well.
Proud Papa next to him, too.
Look at the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Thank you to everybody who served.
Thank you very much. 3rd and 4 from the right hash for the junior quarterback, Ethan Hamby.
So if I'm Dakota here, I'm at least taking one more shot to culprit. I gotta go back to that. It's worked twice. Once was a drop. The other was a pass interference. Third time's got to be a charm, right, Chad?
You think? I think there's something to that. I think you have to put it in the air. First of all, you've got one timeout.
Right.
So you need to get yourself in position to at least throw a pass that could give you a first down and stop the clock. Yeah, and take a shot. I mean, they've shown the ability. Look, Dakota has big receivers.
Tall, yeah.
Tall and thick. So, I mean, they are overmatching them physically. I think you do throw something up in the end zone and give your big guys, Williams, who scored the touchdown, and also Colpert, a chance to make a play.
Looks like Chippewa Valley's listening to us right now because they're shading the safety over and doubling Colpert.
Hamby in the shotgun on 3rd and 4. 45 seconds left. Handoff inside to Sloan. He does not have the first down.
I think he's close to it.
He's close, though, at least from the spot. They have not indicated. Now they have. It is a first down.
Yep. And that stops the clock.
Clock will stop until they spot it, and now it's rolling with just one timeout left and 36 seconds remaining. Cougars down a touchdown. Hamby looking to Colpart. Caught out of bounds to the 25, gain of 5 with 27 seconds left. And it'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They're winding the clock.
Oh, boy. They're going to keep the clock running, and Greg Bauer's going to be forced to burn a timeout.
Yeah, with his momentum carrying him backwards like that, if you run out of bounds, it's not going to stop the clock. Because they're going to give you your forward progress, and that's it. So that's why that the clock wouldn't stop there. It's one of those wonky rules that you don't love, but you understand.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. You might be right on that, Stick, but I don't know if they may put some more time on the clock.
Yeah, it's one of those where the ref's going to look at you and be like, "Look, do you want the forward progress or do you want the out of bounds?"
Right.
And, they're always going to give you the forward progress.
Yeah. Well, they sort that out. We're excited to have an announcement of our game next week.
Yes, sir.
And this is something that we're very proud of, to have a couple of teams that are ranked. And so we are going to Dearborn-Fordson for the Friday Night Clash Week 5, as Fordson will host top-ranked Belleville.
That is going to be a game.
And I say top-ranked, top 10 ranked in the state, Belleville. We don't know where they're going to shake out. They're in our top 5. It's a whale of a game, and we're excited for it. And we want to thank Brian Masalam and you, Stick, for helping us land that game. We get a timeout before the play. They did not put more time on the clock.
Legal procedure.
And a procedure penalty. Now, you talk about field goal range, and I know Dakota's had extra point trouble, field goal trouble, but they feel they have a good kicker. I mean, with 14 seconds left, you got to start thinking about getting extra yards, right? Even if it's not a touchdown?
Yeah, from here, what would it be? About a 45-yard field goal? That's tough.
Yeah. They don't even make it that difficult in our $10,000 kick for cash.
It's
halftime
20, 30, and 45, so it's right at the limit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. You got any ringers down there tonight?
I don't know. Joey's picking out the winner. All they had to do was follow Woodward Sports on social media, at Woodward Sports, and you're qualified. So.
Stick around at halftime. Matt Derry will take it through with Stick, and we'll have stats, highlights from the first half, and maybe some scores from around the league, and
some top 10 plays from last week, too.
Top 10 plays from last week. That's right.
Exciting game last week. Look how beautiful this moon is right now, man.
Oh, it is. Howl. Is it going to be a full moon? Because watch out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if this crew gets together on a full moon, forget about it.
With this crowd?
With this crowd? Oh, 2nd and 4, 16 seconds left. Hamby looking right, looking left. Steps up into the pocket, has a man caught at the 12-yard line. Who else? It's Garbarino.
They're going to spike the ball.
Had to get out of bounds. They, with 8 seconds left, will have to spike it. It's a first down at the 12. Clock running with 3 seconds, and Hamby just gets it off with 1.4 seconds left. He was sort of laissez-faire getting to the line, and this is sort of the inexperience. They did not have a timeout left.
I'm just curious as to why that happened, because the same players were on the field from the play before. Did somebody run on the field?
Yeah. Well, here comes the field goal unit. It will be a 29-yard attempt from the right hash.
He needs to make this one to feel good going into halftime.
Yes, sir. Colin Sherrill to snap it, Owen Mitchell to hold it, and Anthony Markovsky to kick it. But Scott Merchant says, hold on a minute.
Here's some ice.
I think there's some shenanigans maybe going on. Let's call a timeout. I can't take it with me.
He's freezing out the kicker.
He's doing that too. You're right.
Little gamesmanship right there. You know, he's missed an extra point. He's already missed a field goal. Why not give him an extra 30 seconds to think about it?
You talk about the gamesmanship, and we talked to both head coaches this week about this great rivalry, and they say, you know, look, we respect Dakota. Both coaches said we respect the other team so much. There's never been dirty play on the field. Everybody involved in the actual game on the field, there's no issues.
On the field.
On the field. Yeah. Off the field, when you get students and alumni and parents and fans, then there's a lot of things that are rough. But he says, look, we got no problem. We got a lot of respect. He goes, you know, I like Scott. I like Greg. They like each other quite a bit. Tons of respect for both programs.
And that's what good rivalries are.
That's right.
Like
Yes.
There's a lot of, you know, oh, I want to beat you, but it's also because I respect you.
Yes.
You know, it's not a rivalry if one team's constantly steamrolling the other.
Markovsky from the right hash. 29-yarder is up, and it is no good wide left. 2 missed field goals, 1 missed extra point, and it's 7 points off the board right now for Dakota. That's the difference in this game at halftime, Stick.
And he knew the second that left his foot. You could see him throw his hands up in the air. I don't know if it was a trouble with the snap, but good coaching right here, going over, letting them know, we're going to need you in the second half. Don't think just because that happened. We're only down 7 right now, so there could be a time when we need you to win this game. So get your head back in it.
Lots of time left in this great American rivalry. 13-6, the #1 team in the state, Chippewa Valley, over the home team Cougars, who've won 2 straight in this series. Matt Derry and Sam Stick Day are next from halftime of the Friday Night Clash right after this.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so the interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports,
but keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Halftime show here from Chippewa Valley. Matt Derry alongside Sam Stick Day at the half here on the Prep. Our Friday Night Clash brought to you by Woodward Sports, 13-6. Chippewa Valley in the lead over Macomb, Dakota. Greg Bauer, the head coach at Dakota. We had a chance to catch up with him before the game. Welcome back on our pregame show here on the Prep tonight. It is Chippewa Valley and Macomb, Dakota, a little backyard brawl and a part of the Great American Rivalry Series. Got an opportunity here to talk to Greg Bauer, the head coach here at Dakota. Coach, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Tell me about tonight, first of all, what it means to be playing this game at this time and really just getting back to almost normalcy, but pretty big game for you guys for Game 4.
It's always the number one game on our schedule each year. And now you throw everybody can be back in the stadium with the full experience, the full fan experience. We have the Great American Rivalry Series here. You guys are here. It's going to be a really great atmosphere for high school football.
How do you feel about your team right now as you head in playing an unbeaten and very good Chip team?
Oh, they're very good, but I think we're very good as well. Last week we had some things happen that we kind of would love to have back, and we got our tailback back this week, which he didn't play last week, which is a big thing for us. But they're really good. But we're really good. But in this game, you can throw the records out. It really doesn't matter. It's going to come down to who makes the fewest mistakes and who's the most physical team.
You mentioned Caden Sloan a little bit, Coach. What makes him so good?
He's Mr. Everything. He can throw it. He can run it. He can catch it. He's a 3-year starter for us, returning 1,000-yard rusher. So having him back is a huge plus because obviously they have a great back in Mr. Harris, and so should be a nice little matchup.
You mentioned Trey Harris. Your defense is good, and you're only giving up about 18 a game. How do you stop someone like this who last week goes for 300?
Yeah. Well, I don't think you completely stop a guy like that. We're hoping to limit him, and a good way to limit him is to keep him on the sideline. I think our offense can control the ball a little bit and use the time of possession game to help in that regard. You
have a sophomore quarterback, yet at times very solid and maybe more wise beyond his years than maybe people think.
He's actually a junior. He's a really heady player. He's starting to come into his own. First game he kind of had a couple hiccups, but since then he's played really solid, and we expect a really big game out of him tonight too.
What do you tell your fans about tonight? You need them, don't you, in something like this? Maybe a little thing here, a special team, something the crowd getting into it might decide this thing.
Yeah, well, you don't have to tell our people to get excited about this game. They know exactly what this game is. Our student section will be ready. Our fans will be ready. But it's really not about the atmosphere, the student section, or the fans. It's about us executing on the field. And if we do what we're supposed to do, I think we'll be right in this thing.
All right, Greg, thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There's Greg Bauer, the head coach here at Dakota. We'll get to those starting lineups when we come back right here on The Prep.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Matt and Stick with you. Halftime here from Macomb, Dakota. Big Reds leading Dakota tonight 13-6 at the half. Here on The Prep of the Friday Night Clash, of course, brought to you by Woodward Sports. Let's take a look at these first half highlights. First off, Stick, this has been such a physical, grinded out game that we expected, but this is kind of what we expected early on. Trey Harris gets loose.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody expected the first play of the game to go 70 yards. Maybe Harris did, but yeah, what a great call. Good stiff arm in the backfield, breaking the tackle, busting it outside, starting out the score at 7-0 Chippewa.
But I love the fact that Dakota bounces right back. You watch Hamby here finding Quest Williams.
Yeah, almost a pick right there by number 19, who has a pick later on in the half. But Williams, once he got in the open field, you were not stopping him. He was going to score.
So 7-6 with a missed PAT there. Dakota was still down 1. They start driving, and you love this effort from the wide receiver, Coulthard, but unfortunately a push off.
Yeah, you extend those arms, push the DB in the back, and then all of a sudden the laundry's on the field, and it takes away your touchdown.
But instead, Dakota did get the football back, but this was the big play, and you talked about number 19, Zach Ernat, doing work.
Yeah, big interception here. Almost had one earlier, takes it up the right side, gets the ball to about the 20, and from there, Chippewa was able to punch it in.
And it's Ernat again, this time a little stop and go, all alone in the back of the end zone, but a missed PAT there keeps it at a 13-6 game, Sam.
Yeah, we were talking about it during the game. You like how he gets the interception, then you reward him and give him the touchdown too. So,
what makes also it very difficult for Dakota, 2 missed field goals and an extra point. Back with more at the half with Chippewa Valley up by 7 on the prep. On the carry, number 9.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Cougars and Big Reds at the half here in the Great American Rivalry Series. Chippewa Valley, number 1 in the state, up 13-6 at the half. Last week, Chad Bush and Stick were at a very, very entertaining Orchard Lake St. Mary's win. Let's get to our top 10 plays from last week.
The right hash, Vinny. Aaron snap, ball loose on the deck, and St. Mary's has it. Fumble recovery at the 40-yard line. And who has it but Chucky Collins, the former point guard on the JV basketball team, and at north of 300 pounds, that's a friendly face to fight a football. Ball's loose on the deck and recovered by Harper Woods. As Aiden Boyle coughs up that pill on the red turf. Play action. Braden Layden rolling right, got a man, DC Temple off his chest and intercepted. Picked off by Tremble, and he is knocked down and tackled back to the 20. Looking left, has time, looks in zone. Incomplete, broken up by Bohannon, who will flex on that play. Broken up post pattern. That's a nice PBU. There's a throw downfield, caught at the 15, 5, touchdown Eaglets! Brennan Bochenik into the end zone. Motion left to right. The give is to Stoach up the middle. He has a healthy gain, 10 yards or more. Across his feet to the 50, to the 40, to the 35. They may never get him up to the 20-yard line before he's forced out of bounds by Carlson. But how about that gain inside the 20? Red zone time, just like that for Harper Woods. So 4 wide receivers laid in on a 2nd and 10. Going to throw to the end zone, looking for Meath again. Caught, is he in? What's the call? Touchdown, Eaglets! Braden Layden, 29-yard touchdown pass to Ben Meath, the senior tight end.
You think they're starting to trust their quarterback, Chad?
What a ball from the junior Braden. And hands off to Stokes. Watch out, he could go. Stokes, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Pioneers. 61-yard touchdown run for number 6, who's headed to Morgantown. And this game just got a little bit more interesting, Stick.
And I love that call by the coach. I really do. You haven't run this power offense all game, and all of a sudden you go to punch St. Mary's in the mouth, and it worked.
Roll right, Layden looking downfield for Temple, and caught! Is he in bounds? Yes, he is in bounds at the 44-yard line. D.C. Temple with a snatch at the 44. How about this catch? Late into Temple, and he makes up for that other one on the near sideline. Layden hands off left side. Aiden Boyle from the 6. Watch out, he could go to the 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, down to the 10-yard line.
Wow. One guy to beat, and they had the angle on him. Couldn't quite get in the end zone, but what a momentum shift we just witnessed in the past 30 seconds. We talked about how St. Mary's wanted to hold on to the ball and run it and carry the possession. But you see this 86-yard run just around the end. What a turn. The student section's going crazy right now for St. Mary's.
Boyle's been the lead rusher, the transfer from Sin City.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so that interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports,
but keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Halftime show rolls on here from Macomb, Dakota. The Cougars, though, trail the Big Reds. They're big rivals. Chippewa Valley, 13-6 at the half. Matt Derry with you. We're going to kick it back to Chad Bush and Sam Stick Day coming up for the second half momentarily as we welcome you back on the prep and what was a very entertaining, certainly first half. As you see Joey Radio down on the field doing a little kicking contest. But that's the story of this game, folks, right now in the first half. The missed field goals and opportunities. Anthony Markovsky missing 2 field goals and an extra point for Macomb, Dakota. He busts those through, and this would be a 13-13 game. Instead, it's a 13-6 game as the Cougars have left 6 points off the board. But this has been a very physical, a certainly very big-time rivalry game between these two teams, and unbelievable. How about this? A student just knocked home about a 45-yard field goal in a contest. He's got his phone out, and he's just celebrating in front of the student section. There's close to 7,000 people here tonight, and they're watching right now. They're Macomb Dakota Cougars trailing 13-6 at the half to Chippewa Valley. Again, if you're just tuned in, 19 seconds into the game tonight, Trey Harris scampers 70 yards for a touchdown on the game's first play from scrimmage to give Chippewa Valley a 7-0 lead. But Dakota did answer. At the 8:54 mark of the second quarter, a 44-yard touchdown pass from Hamby to Quest Williams. Again, the PAT was no good. It was 7-6. Then Markovsky missed that 25-yard field goal in the second quarter that would have given Dakota the lead. Second quarter, though, Chippewa Valley with a Zach Ernat interception return took it back to the Dakota 22-yard line. And then with 2:36 left in the second, 22-yard pass from Schuster to Ernat. PAT no good. Chippewa Valley took a 13-6 lead at the half. There you see the replay of the student knocking home a 45-yard field goal. Maybe they should get him in some pads and a helmet and let him kick. Anthony Markovsky then missed a 29-yard field goal at the horn. We're getting you ready for the second half. Third quarter coming up with Chad Bush and Stick. Next, with the Big Reds up 13-6 right here on the Prep.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Uh-oh, Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Clash. Chad Bush with you, along with Sam Stick Day. Thank you, Matt Derry. Along at halftime. We got a student section rolling. We get a shot of the student section. I mean, this tells you all you need to know. Look at that shot. Great shot, guys. About this student section and this rivalry. Just a 7-point spread right now, Stick. And a lot of game left. The biggest statements that were made in half number one, go.
Biggest statement made for Chippewa was they were able to run the ball and run the ball effectively. They're going to continue to do that. And if I'm Dakota, I'm going back to that passing game. I know I had a turnover with that interception, but I also had several potential touchdowns and big plays that could have happened.
Yeah, you look at the offense in the first half and dominated by both these running backs as we expected. You talk about Harris for Chippewa, and you talk about Sloan for Dakota. Sloan's for 108 yards in the first half rushing. Harris goes for 84 yards. These two backs are on to big, big days so far.
Yeah, and what the difference in the two backs, though, are, the majority of Sloan has been short little bursts, short little bursts, short little bursts. Continue 15 carries for 108 yards. And then you go to the other side of the ball for Cephas, and it just he had the big run up front and then kind of just plodding throughout.
6 carries,
but tough runs every single time that kid touches the ball. It takes 10 guys to get him to the ground.
Yeah, and of course we got to give credit to both offensive lines as well. The passing game, though, we're challenged on both sides. Macomb gets their first touchdown via the passing game.
Yeah, and you love to see it. We expected to see the top 2 running backs, or some of the top 2 running backs in the state, colliding tonight. But it's nice to see the wide receivers and the quarterbacks getting some shine in this game too.
Dakota up against it. They're 1-2. They only had 2 losses last year the whole season. They went 6-2. Look, it's not over if Dakota loses this game, but it's a position Greg Bauer and his team have not been in often in this series as of late. They really need to win this game to contend at least for a red title.
And like we were talking before the half, you're in a weird spot right now because you feel good. You're only down by a touchdown, but you shouldn't feel good because the game should be tied. You should even be ahead because of the touchdowns that you've had taken off the board, missed field goals, missed opportunities. So they're in a good place. They just got to come out, take this first drive of the second half and score, get this game even, and then we'll see what happens from there.
All right, sounds good to me, buddy. We are ready. Chippewa Valley to boot it right to left. These schools separated by just 2.5 miles. Great American Rivalry Series. And we are rolling in the second half as this kickoff goes into the end zone. In the 35th meeting all time in this wonderful series. Dakota opened just in 1995. And of course, all the students from Dakota were forced out of Chippewa. Dakota was born out of Chippewa, and here they are after losing 6 of the first 7 matchups in the first start of the series. They've dominated as of late.
Yeah, and you expected that for the first part of the series. Whenever a school's getting established, you don't really have that culture, and that's something that we went over last week. The culture and how long the coaches of Orchard Lake St. Mary's have been there. You need time to build that.
Yeah.
And now they're on that 16-game winning streak.
Yep. Dakota 4 wide receivers. Sloan, the running back, to the left of Hamby, the quarterback, the junior. Trying to get this offense that averages 23 points a game in motion. Just 1 touchdown in the first half. That Williams big 50-yard score was a hitch route that's caught, and this is his top target tonight. And it's a guy that did not have a catch in weeks 1 or weeks 2. But Blake Garbarino has been the storyline of the passing offense for Macomb, Dakota, at least in the intermediate passing game.
Well, he's sneaky, and they keep getting him on those little 5-yard out routes. They had him on a nice little wide receiver screen behind the line of scrimmage earlier, and he was able to shake like 3 tacklers. So, he's quick, he's fast. Get him in space, let him work.
Sloan gets it again, and he runs over the middle linebacker and a stout one in Cameron Frazier and adds to that 100-yard plus total already. He's got a first down.
You have a feeling that he's going to break one soon. Like, he keeps toying with 6 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards. But yeah, you have that feeling that very soon there's going to be a little break in the defense, and he's going to exploit it.
Hamby play action, throw over the middle. Garabino again. It's a gain of 10. It's a first down to the 43-yard line. Call it the 44. And this run game is set up a little play action magic.
Yeah, you like that. Quick little pass. Those are easy for the quarterback, in rhythm. I'm sure they've worked on that in practice about 4,000 times. And you get it to the guy, a Danny Amendola type receiver, a Wes Welker type receiver. Yeah. And that's been a useful part in the NFL and a useful part for tonight.
Taking what they're giving them. Wide receiver wide is Colpart. Sloan is strung out and knocked down after a gain of 1. Fine job by the defense.
Yeah, that was great defense
for the Big Red.
Zach Earnhardt, the guy who had the interception in the first half, coming down from his cornerback position and making him, look at this, forced him outside. Wasn't able to make the tackle, but that's what you want to do. Keep pushing him to the edge, and that's where help will be.
String it out, contain it up, bottle it all up, and just 1 yard for Sloan. A guy that's now gone for about 120 yards in this game. And we're barely into the second half. A couple of blockbuster running backs going at it. Handoff, Sloan breaks a tackle up the middle of the field, makes a cut at the 40 to the 35. Outside, needs one man to beat at the 10 and out of bounds.
Little chunks, little chunks, little chunks, and he finally makes the big run. If he gets that one last block, that's most likely a touchdown, but still, phenomenal run here. He sees the hole, gets right up in it, and then look at this, boom, bust to the outside. Look at that, change direction.
Wheeler and Phillips blowing up holes along with Bogajevsky. It's a Dakota offense on the move. And yeah, I mean, he's up to over 170 yards right now, Stick.
You
The
keep handing him the
Sloan
ball.
tally continues to go and grow.
Well, you're at 2nd and 4 here. You got a chance to pick up a first down inside the 1.5 yard line. So, you know, look at keep pounding it to him. Give it to your strength, especially when you're this close.
60 yards on this drive alone for Sloan. They'll send wide left. The backup running back, Joe Kasevich. And a tight formation. Motion left to right. Wildcat. And the Big Red has this thing sniffed out easily.
Yeah, I think the low snap kind of threw off the entire play there. He wasn't able to receive that in motion and receive that in rhythm and pick a hole.
Mitchell on the stop. He's a guy they really like a lot. Aaron Mitchell, an impact player on that defense, and a senior. And he shoots in from that defensive end spot, Stick, and blows that baby up. Here's a 3rd and 5. Tight formation. Wildcat again for Sloan. Loose ball. He recovers it at the 10. But again, it's going to be a 4th and long. And Greg Bauer, you really, do you have a decision or do you have a backup kicker?
I mean, you got to bring, you know, you dance with the girl you brought. Isn't that the saying?
Yeah. I mean, Chase Kaufman up here just raised his hand and said he wants in.
Well, how about the kid at halftime who made a 20, a 30, and a 45-yarder to win $10,000?
Are you guys going to be okay?
You better sign that kid up. The 4th down, they're going for it.
4th and 9. Looking, end zone, right side, caught, touchdown, Dakota! Owen Colpart! And we're an extra point away from being tied in the zone. 4th and 9. And they stick it in that end zone.
And they had this in the first half. Just keep throwing the jump ball to him, and he's going to get it over triple coverage. That is Kelvin Johnson-esque right there. What a beautiful catch, and what a big moment. Coming out second half, tying the game.
You had to wait for that.
I had to wait for it.
They
tied the game. And now, like we said, now it's 0-0. Let's see what these teams have.
Only 2 touchdown passes coming in for the junior Hamby, but he's got 2 touchdowns already in this game. Let's take another look at this one.
Way to high point the ball there, throwing it to where only his wide receiver will get it. And like we said, between triple coverage, that is trust right there. It's 4th down. So he throws a pick there. Okay, no big deal, but that is the ultimate of what you want on that 4th down play. Good call by the coach too, not going for the field goal. I probably would have gone for the field goal there, but once again, that's why I'm up here.
That's right. We're tied at 13, 7.5 to go on the Colpart touchdown reception. It was an 8-play drive. It took 4.5 minutes, 86 yards in totality, and it's an 11-yard touchdown pass from the junior Ethan Hamby to the junior Owen Colpart. 13-13 with 7.5 left from Macomb, Dakota.
Wow. Man, the energy in here right now is insane.
Where's Joey Radio?
I think he got swallowed up.
Is he crowd surfing yet? Because if he's not crowd surfing, I don't want to see him yet. There's a squib kick, and we got a quick whistle, and this one's going to come back. And they're going to have to do it again. 4th touchdown pass of the year And Hamby's got the Cougars in the end zone and in a tie game in this rivalry.
Man, I really don't know who's going to win this game. You know, usually we got a little feel. Somebody's got momentum. Somebody's looked better. Maybe a couple things didn't go their way. But this game, it's so hard to judge who has the actual momentum in it because the Cougars have dominated. You know, they should be on top of it. They made 2 field goals and an extra point, maybe another touchdown. But at the same time, Big Reds have come in and also put their stamp on this game. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
You got the slow grind.
Yeah.
That if they finish, watch out, versus the quick strike that, well, could be hot and cold on the offensive end.
I feel like I'm playing fantasy football, and it's still 50-50, you know, in the prediction of who's going to win.
If the ESPN ratings were up there, we'd know it was flip of the coin. There's another squib kick by Mata, and it's taken by a dangerous up back. Watch out, right side and out of bounds into territory of the Cougars. That is Shamar Hurd, the fastest sophomore in the state, AAU Junior Olympic champion, a kid that runs a 10.5 100, and there you see the electricity stick.
Yeah, once he started going east and west, it was tough to track him. And on those squib kicks, it's so tough because you want to keep your lane, you want to keep your zone, but the ball's on the ground, so your instinct is to go straight at it, even if you're trying to maintain your lane.
Hurd is a track kid, fastest man in the state, just a sophomore, part of that sensational sophomore class. Had an 85-yard kickoff return for a touchdown week 1 against Catholic Central. And there's a quarterback keeper off the right side. That's Ryan Schuster, who's headed to Lafayette, an FCS school. And he's got a healthy gain across the 40. Down to the 36-yard line. So Ryan Schuster, the captain, guy who threw for over 1,400 yards last year. Very quiet kid. Has learned to become much more vocal this year as a leader. Both his brothers are Chippewa quarterbacks, one current as a sophomore and one who graduated a few years ago. The Schuster family's been very good to Scott Merchant. There's a first down give on second and short, 6.5 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, nice tough run. Not a ton there, but enough to get the first down and keep the chains moving. And you want to settle it down, especially after a big score that Dakota just had. So that's a big first down.
Chippewa Valley state champs in 2018. They beat Clarkston 31-30 in Ford Field. That was their first title in 17 years. They also beat Jenison for their second school title in 2001. And Greg Bauer was the defensive coordinator for that Chippewa Valley Big Red team. Now he's across the sidelines, and now his defense is on their heels as the Big Red has gotten into Cougar territory.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they were in there at halftime, too, scheming up some ways to come out and exploit what they saw in the first half. And they're coming out, they're implementing what the coach has in place, and right now it's looking good.
Get a look at Scott Merchant, who's really got it humming here. Merchant in his 13th year, formerly at U of D, played for the famous Al Fracassa and Brother Rice. And this is a good man here, and Scott Merchant, one of the best in our state. Handoff up the middle. Harris could go. 5-yard, 3-2-1 touchdown. 28-yard touchdown run for Cephas Trey Harris.
Touchdown scored by number 7, Cephas Harris. And I don't even think he was touched on this play. Let's look at this hole that was open. My goodness. Barely. If they touched him, they got a fingernail on him, but explosiveness, huge hole by that Chippewa Valley line. That's when, you know, if he was in the pros, he's buying them all Rolexes, right? Like, hey, thank you guys for blocking.
What would you do? We'll translate it to high school. What would
Taco Bell, baby.
Taco Bell. All right. All right. I like it. Taco Bell.
Yeah, I got a dollar menu for you.
Oh, man, I don't know. I might tap that about 6 or 7 times. Extra point is up and good from Romeo.
Yeah, that's in the backyard.
7-point lead. The Big Red are in the end zone on the Harris 28-yard touchdown run off the heels of a 4-play, 41-yard drive. The extra point is good. We're back to McComb. and the great American rivalry right after this.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Trey Harris's 12th touchdown of the year has the Big Red up by 7 in this rivalry game. Officially a 27-yard touchdown, extra point good. And here we go. Extra point was good by number 47. Ahmed Barrett, he will kick it off from his own 40.
He's been putting them through the end zone all game.
He's got a big leg, and there's no chance this gets returned.
Cougars going to start out first and 10.
Well, we had a really nice pregame meal thanks to our friends at Green Lantern Pizza. And we appreciate that food provided tonight. We had pizza, we had chicken wings, and we had bread and salad and all kinds of yummies.
I was wondering if you're going to mention the salad.
Well, the salad was good.
It's delicious.
It's noteworthy, especially when you get their ranch. Their ranch, there's something special in that sauce. I don't know what it is, but I don't care. It's good. They're at 18 Mile and Hayes Road in Clinton Township. They're the king of pepperoni, and they have had the best pizza in town for over 65 years. They currently have 7 locations in Metro Detroit. For locations and more information, please visit greenlanternpizza.com. Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Handoff to Sloan up the middle, and he gouges the center of that Big Red defense for a gain of about 15 yards up to the 37.
I mean, he told Joey he was aiming for 300 yards, and he's kind of closing in on it, Chad.
He wasn't lying.
No.
He's going to flirt with it. Sloan is sniffing 200 right now. He had 168 yards coming into this drive unofficially.
So add 12 more right there.
I trust our stat folks. Doing a great job tonight. Throw right side, Colpert. The kid who has a touchdown has a big yard gain across to the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 7 on first down.
Yeah, I'm feeling comfortable throwing to him the rest of the game. He has definitely shown that he has all the moves. Not only can he go up over the wide receivers, if you watch him here, he's got a nice little hesitation that causes him to miss. Look at that, nice little sidestep.
Oh, it's a filthy hezzy.
Yes.
4:20 left. Second down and 3. From their own 44-yard line, right hash for the Cougs. From the MAC Red, largest school in the state. Play action, looking right for Colpert, goes up, makes the catch at the 33-yard line. Throw it up, and Colpert will snatch it with that big, thick body frame. There is a flag down.
His ability to high point the ball is impressive. He's done it multiple times tonight. Looking at an illegal wide receiver down the field. So they'll bring it back, but wow.
You look at him, you look at Williams. These kids are thick.
I'm just feeling good if I'm Hamby. I'm feeling right now, all I got to do is throw it up, throw it high. Yeah, 3 linemen downfield there, though, so that kind of throws off the defense. But
yeah.
Wow, what a catch.
2 to the right, 2 to the left. Hamby gives it to Sloan, tries the left side, nothing doing there. Gain of maybe a yard, but it's the big boy again, flexing down low, and the defensive end for Chippewa, Anthony Wright.
We have
He's had a nice game.
From the Marine Corps chin-up bar. The Cougars are victorious with 700 chin-ups.
Did I hear 700 chin-ups were done this week?
I think just now.
My goodness, this week. It would take me a month.
Yeah, I'm not in that competition. No, thank you.
No, okay.
Yep. I can do one when I jump up and I have all my momentum. After that, all bets are off.
I tried doing that at my grandpa's house and I broke the bar. There's a pass behind the line of scrimmage, and Sloan is thrown down at the 39. That was all too recent, too.
I'm telling you, if two does not make this tackle, that is going to be a touchdown. It was a nice screen pass set up, and there is nobody. Look how much green is in front of Sloan if he's able to break that tackle and matriculate down the field, as they say.
I like that word.
Yeah, it's a fun word.
Matriculate. 4 syllables or more in this booth, and you're blowing me away.
Yeah, scholar over here.
Punting time. It's 4th and 8. And Dakota down a touchdown. Going to boot this thing away.
Watch the fake.
Yeah.
This is the area where you fake, you know.
Aiden Mata, the punter, stands at his own 25, and it is a fake. And it is a first down and more. Sloan across the 40 to the 33-yard line. And my partner is a prophet. Great call, buddy.
Well, usually anytime you're between the 40s like that, it's 4th and 8, 4th and 6, something, you know, why not? And when you have a guy like Sloan that's running the ball and about to go over 200 yards, a direct snap to him, I'm feeling pretty confident in that if I'm the coach.
I correct myself. That was not Sloan.
It wasn't?
That was
32.
Gavin Moore, the captain. I called Sloan. They look similar, but it's Gavin Moore, the linebacker, which made it that much more impressive.
It's so
the
sweet.
top tackler on this team averages 10 yards a tackle a game, or 10 tackles a game, rather. Wright makes a stick, but 5 yards down the field. That is Sloan. I'm sure of that after a gain of 5 as he's starting to sniff 200 yards. Little flex fest coming.
Yeah, Big Boy 99 has been playing all game long, and I love to see it.
Anthony Wright, 5'11", 260. Defensive end in that 3-4 set for defensive.
Hey, it looks like a nose tackle, though, playing defensive end.
Sure does. Play action. Hamby looking right, cross the field, and he set his receiver up for a tough chop down. He was looking right side for Carr, and that one took too much time to develop.
Great closing speed on this, though, too. Yes, the ball is in the air a long time, but, man, he came up, he saw it, he recognized it, drove his man into the ground. That's what you want to see out of your DBs.
It's Casey Carr. Carr's father was a coach at Chippewa Valley, and Greg Bauer coached with him. I believe Greg Bauer also played for him. 3rd and 7 now from the 29 for Dakota in a familiar territory. Sloan up the middle, has a first down to the 20, pops a tackle outside, 10, 5, touchdown Cougars! 29-yard touchdown! And Sloan is crossed 2 Bills.
And man, if you're Dakota right now, you are feeling on top of the world. Not only did your fake punt work, it led to a touchdown. He was able to split the seam right there. Good stiff arm at the end to keep the defender off of him and slide on into the end zone. He's well over 200 now, isn't he, Chad?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Pat the Stat and Jamie Johnson are figuring it up. The extra point is up and good. And we are tied at 20 with 38 seconds left on the Friday night clash. Mr. Sloan, 270 against Brother Rice. And I tell you, he made a nice play, but you got to give some love and some props to his offensive line here as well, Stick.
Yeah, big offensive line making the plays for him. Nice hole right here. He's able to read it inside, then boom, plant the foot, cut outside, and use his speed. Phillips Cooper with a big block. Cooper Phillips, sorry.
That's all right.
Double first names always get me.
Yeah, there's a couple tonight that got me. Aiden Dale.
Yes.
The men with 2 first names.
Yeah.
I always envy them, too. 8-play drive. It took 74 yards and a 29-yard touchdown run by Mr. Sloan. That's his second of the game. And 74-yard drive, 8 plays. And with 37.5 seconds left, we are tied at 20, partner, and back and forth, back and forth. And how about Dakota? The offense cashes in and finishes, something they weren't able to do in the first half.
Yeah, they've come out in the second half and done it twice, which, like you said, they couldn't do in the first half. And obviously it's paying off for them when you can put the ball into the end zone. But the biggest play on that drive was the fake punt.
The special teams are a plus for Chippewa Valley. They had an advantage in special teams tonight, and we see it there in the return game. They also have it in the kicking game. They've had some serious field position here the last couple, thanks to their talented return men. Next week, we are at Dearborn-Fordson. Come on with us, Yella. It's Fordson. Along with their opponent, they'll bring in their fellow foe from the KLAA, Belleville, and the Tigers.
Now, random connection with Belleville and Fordson. My grandfather graduated from Fordson and used to live in Belleville when I was a child.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
You were meant to do that game.
Apparently.
True bipartisanship. That's cool.
Yeah.
Harris with a carry off the left side. It'll be short of a first down by just a yard.
Once again, though, Harris not going down on first contact. I mean, that could have been a 2-yard gain. All of a sudden, you got 8 yards. Those are such huge. Those don't go on stat sheets. You know, obviously yards after contact, but that's something that you can't mark down and measure.
The Great American Rivalry Series decided to go to 2 places in Michigan: Dakota, Chippewa, and Muskegon and Mona Shores. This is why. Let's go to the fourth quarter here on the Friday Night Clash. We're tied at 20.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Welcome back to Macomb, Dakota, where we have a tie ball game. 20-20, start of the fourth quarter. It's been an incredible game. And thank you to Planet Fitness, our sponsor, for making this all possible today. And here we go. First, we're looking at 2nd and 2 right now from about the 49-yard line for Chippewa. And there's a flag on the play. False start. So now we're looking at a 2nd and 7, Chad.
I like this. We can switch this up.
Yeah, you want me to do color? All right. Play-by-play?
No, man. I struggle enough with play-by-play. I'm going to get my story straight here. So that's a penalty.
That's a big penalty, actually.
Yeah, it is. And it turns a 2nd and short into a 2nd and long. Ryan Schuster, the quarterback. Play action. Looking right. Hitch and go. Right side. Caught! Inside the 10, down to the 8. Maddox. Altamirano. How about that throw? You talk about throwing somebody open.
Yeah, I don't know if you play poker or not, but this is called a slow play, because if you could isolate the wide receiver, he's pretty much walking the first 5, 10, 15 yards of that route. Then all of a sudden he hits into a dead sprint and is able to beat his man. Great play, great design on that.
Altamirano caught up to that one. Schuster put it on the money. And Chippewa Valley, just like that, big play. And they'll give to Harris for not much here, down to the 6 or 5.
We're seeing some nice play calling here in the second half, and we're seeing some aggressive play calling in the second half, which has led to a lot of points being put on the board.
Yeah, these two teams, you pull the fake punt tonight, you throw in some 50-yard touchdown pass, some big plays.
Yeah.
All you'd want in a rivalry. We've had some fun, and we're far from being done.
I was going to say, and we still got 11 minutes left. Let's go.
That's right. The big boys for the Big Red. Allison, dressage, block, Anderson, Love, Buck holds up, handoff, bounce, outside, nowhere to go. TFL. And it's by number 7, Aiden Mata, coming up from that free safety spot. That's a TFL, and it's 3rd and longer.
I may be dating myself here, but that was Troy Polamalu-esque. He read it from the safety position, was able to close and make it a tackle for loss. That was a great play, because if he doesn't make that, that's an easy touchdown. Easy touchdown.
Great play, kept in front of him. That was Darren Hawkins, by the way, a guy who's a junior and one of their top-rated juniors. Guy who they think's a Division I player, but known for his safety play. 10 minutes left, 3rd and 6.
You can hear the crowd.
Schuster under center, and he wants timeout. We'll take it with him. 9:56 to go. We're tied at 20. This is the Friday night clash from Macomb, Dakota.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Just under 10 minutes to go. We're tied at 20 from Macomb, Dakota. He is Sam Stick Day. My name is Chad Bush. Look at that crowd. Over 7,000-ish tonight from Macomb for this great American rivalry. And how about a tie game in the 4th quarter between these two clubs? Chippewa Valley, number 1 ranked. Macomb, Dakota, 1 and 2. But throw it all out for a rivalry, and that's what we've got, a tie game late. And looking for the upset is the home team, Dakota.
Well, and we talked about Dakota's 2 losses. It's nothing to hang your head about either. Those were very good teams that you lost to. You were competitive in each of them. So it's not like they're your typical 1 and 2 team. This is a big 3rd down right here.
3rd and 6 from the left hash for Schuster. Looking end zone, low, incomplete. 4th down. And field goal time for Scott Merchant's Big Red.
Now, I'll tell you this, Chad. When I was watching them warm up for their field goals, the snap exchange was a little off earlier before the game. So we'll see if that happens here. But I thought on this play, he had a wheel route out of the backfield if he just waited for number 7 to pop open. But
yeah, maybe a little miscommunication. Yeah. So this will be about a 23-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. And it will come from the kicker, Tariq Ahmed Basic, to try to break this tie. And it's up, and it is good. So Ahmed Basic breaks the tie with 9:48 to go in the 4th. The Big Red cash in. Just 3 points, though. Put an asterisk next to that because Dakota and the Cougars Stick did some positive things there defensively to keep that just a 3-point score.
Yeah, that was a big stop on 3rd down, and obviously Chippewa elected to go for the field goal there, get the lead. And 3-point lead, we talked about this earlier, even though their kicker struggled for the Cougars in the first half, you're going to need them in the second half. So that's why I love the coach going over at halftime, talking to him like, listen, put that behind you, second half is here, you could still be the hero.
Yep. Dakota State champs back-to-back in 06 and 07 under Mike Giannone. Chip Valley's fans are bringing it too. That student section's lit across the way. They're not to be outdone.
You love this on a Friday night. Perfect weather, nice little breeze.
Yeah.
Fall is here, great football. What more could you ask for?
Yeah. Scott Merchant says it's kind of one of those rivalries where, we try to play it as though we're the have-nots and they're the haves, and, they've got the nice facilities and got all these great things, and we're just, that little brother that's been beat up on.
Yeah, sometimes the woe is me works for you,
Merchant also had some comments regarding the Catholic League and the MAC Red. I asked him about the comparisons, and you look at the Central Division in the Catholic League and Brother Rice and St. Mary's and et al. And Catholic Central and De La Salle, and then he compared against the MAC Red, and it's 4 schools versus 6, really, because of course you've got the MAC Red with Romeo, Chip Valley, Stevenson, Grosse Pointe, Eisenhower, and other schools, but you line it up, you match it up, and lo and behold, it's pretty darn close over history. Merchant says, look, you got these old school coaches in the Central Division, a little more conservative. We've got some more electric teams, but kids are kids, and it's still pretty darn even.
It's just great to see good football played here in Michigan.
Yeah. Merchant knows both sides of it, being at Brother Rice and in the Catholic League at UAD, and now here in the Macomb Red, where they play a really darn good brand of football, just like they do in the Central Division of the Catholic League. But that debate's been going on. You talk about the OAA and their division and their red and Macomb Red. The handoff left side to Sloan was a big gainer. Macomb tries to get back into this scoring side.
Yeah, if you're Macomb, you're Dakota right now, you know you can move the ball up and down the field. You know you can score, so there's no reason to panic that you're down 3 points.
No, sir. Terry Wilson's the defensive coordinator, and he has been since the state title in 2001. Caden Sloan again off the left side, and this is a gain of 19 yards. Right up the left sideline with 9 minutes left. Chippewa, this defense on their heels now.
Tell you what, I'm exhausted watching Sloan run. And I haven't even taken a snap tonight, but man, 30 yards in the past 2 plays for him alone.
Getting some help up there from Big Bo Wheeler. Cooper Phillips, who's headed to be a Laker. Some big boys when you got a couple bookend college commits. I don't care D2, D3, NAI. Hey, you got a couple bookend college kids that are going to play in the future. You got something on that front line. You got 2 of them, each on end. Sloan this time only for a couple. Hit near the sideline out of bounds. He's forced out on the near sideline by a name that we've called continuously tonight. And the quarterback for Chippewa Valley, number 3, that's Cameron Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier's had a nice game at middle linebacker. Good closing speed.
Ricky Mosley.
Drove him out of bounds right there.
Yeah, Burnett also in there. So second down and mid. As we get down inside 8 minutes in this rivalry game. Hamby from the left hash.
4 wide.
Give to Sloan again, why not? Slips a tackle and drags another one down to the 43-yard line. Gain of 7 with 7.5 left.
And I like that play call right there because he spread out the defense to give Sloan some room in the middle. You know, let him work the middle a little bit because, you know, you've been driving him to the outside and using. Oh, yeah, what are we looking at here?
Second and 2.
Oh, my God, we got the Tiger King up there.
Fire up chips, Spider-Man.
Is that the mean guys from
I think so.
the Muppets?
Tight formation here.
Step Brothers I saw in there. That's awesome.
That is great. Second and 2, bunch formation. Ethan Hamby, the quarterback in the shotgun. And the handoff and the give up the middle. And Caden has another one, barreling his way down to the 35. Call it a gain of 7 and a first down for Dakota.
That looked like a little Wildcat action there.
It was Wildcat, wasn't it?
Yeah, direct snap to Sloan, and there you go. Put another lead blocker in front of him and let him run.
Yep, little end around fake.
And it looks like they're starting to wear on them, like I was talking the play before. They're just pounding the middle right now, and they've been working the edges with Sloan. Sloan was politicking for it. And
it's either going to be 3rd and long for Dakota or 1st and 10 at the 38 for Chippewa Valley. Here comes the call.
Calling it an incomplete pass. I see the Dakota coach clapping. That's why I'm assuming incomplete pass.
You got it. No,
wow, what a big call.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell it was going to be a pass from the very beginning. See, he's going to go in. No, that's the last play. Yep, but you could tell he kind of went to the line of scrimmage. It was going to be kind of like a jump pass thing. Then he pulled back.
Yep.
I got to see if his arm was moving forward.
He is a guy that can throw it a bit. It's incomplete for now, and it's 3rd and 7.
It was creative play calling by the coach.
Hamby. Yeah.
But sometimes when you're not doing what you're familiar with, it turns out to be a disaster.
And you trust a guy like Caden Sloan, a 4-point student, a senior, but saying all that, he's not a natural quarterback.
He has to throw a pass all game. There's
Right.
5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
So you understand if decisions there are difficult. Let's take another quick look at this thing. And
there he goes. He goes in.
Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Looks fumble-ish to me.
My initial reaction was fumble.
Yeah. Well,
they got the ball, though.
They got the ball, and they are calling it 2nd and 7 or 3rd and 7. The sticks say 2nd. The scoreboard says 3rd.
It should be 3rd.
I believe it's 3rd. There's a handoff to Sloan, and he's going nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1. But guess who? Mr. Wright isn't wrong again.
Let's get another look at this instant replay on if his arm was moving forward or not. This will be a good angle.
On the play, that's going to be a 3rd and 6.
It's falling out. It's falling out. Yeah. And give credit on the play to number 4. That's Jeremiah Mason, an aggressive DB.
Yeah, good closing speed.
Who would have forced it, but it's a 3rd and 7 now from the 32. Handoff, Sloan, 1st down and more, across the 20, inside the 15, before the touchdown-saving tackle was made. With 4.5 left, and Dakota on the move, looking to tie or take the lead.
And I may be mistaken, but that should have been 4th down. So when they called it an incomplete pass, I don't think they changed the down marker. Either way, he picks up the 1st down.
312 yards now.
Wow.
For Caden Sloan.
What'd you say?
312 yards on 32 carries right now.
Good
that is
Lord.
Unbelievable. And we got a pre-snap penalty, and this one's coming back.
And what did he say to Joey yesterday?
He was going for 300.
How do you top 272? Oh, I get 300. We all laughed, but no.
He wasn't kidding.
No, he was serious.
He was not laughing. We laughed.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's cute.
Oh, my goodness. What else can you say about the sensation, Caden Sloan? Can he carry him back? And it hasn't been Sloan alone. It's been the front of Phillips and Wheeler and Bogajewski and Pruchnik and Smolars. Here we go. Throw left side. Garabino has it at the 10, inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Gain of 4 on 1st and 15. Nearly gets back to the original line of scrimmage with 3:39 left.
Look at the block by Colprat on this. This is what you want out of your wide receiver. Look at that. Push, push, push. He pushed this guy 10 yards down the field.
Yeah, gain of 9 on the play. I apologize, not 4.
The more I am watching
Great
number
blocking.
1 for Dakota,
Yeah.
I am loving his game.
He's a player.
He is. Big, physical, goes up over the defenders, blocks.
Yeah.
You know, and Joik Bell, who works for Woodward Sports, will tell you his biggest runs always came when Calvin was blocking downfield.
Shout out Tartars.
Yeah.
Handoff, Sloan left side, and he's dragged down to the half-yard line. Caden Sloan's numbers continue to get gaudy. Add to it, that's a gain of 5, and it's 3rd and goal from the half-yard line. And the Cougars are smelling upset at home.
This game, man, I don't want this game to end. I literally could watch these teams play all night long.
Now, wait a minute. Our crew now just looked at you.
That's fine. That's fine. You guys can hang out, too.
By the way, what a great setup here. We want to thank Adam Demerost and all the great people at Dakota for this beautiful setup. From the 1-yard line, Sloan, is he in? No, he is down. They're going to say that knee is down. In fact, he might have lost a half-yard. The near-side official was all over it.
I don't think he was
down. It's a
down.
loss of a half-yard.
I don't think he was down. I think he was on top of the body of the Chippewa Valley player.
You might be right.
At least from my angle, but, you know, obviously the refs are right there. Does his knee go down
Yeah,
at all?
yeah.
Okay.
It's close. You'd have to see the other angle,
Yeah.
but you got a fair point.
Well, the ref's, 20 feet away? We're a good 3 football fields.
But guess what? If you look at the big picture, you're Dakota.
Yep.
The clock is rolling.
Yep.
You got 2nd and 1. This is a beautiful scenario.
Yeah, you really want to run 2 more plays.
You might want to take a
punch it
knee.
in. I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, this is a great
I want to
debate.
secure the lead before I start conceding anything.
It's fair. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 2:08 to go. Don't you go anywhere. The popcorn's in the hand. The Great American Rivalry Series came to Dakota for a reason, and so did we. Come on back to the Friday Night Clash right after this.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
And this is a big play that kind of changed the whole momentum of the drive. The almost fumble, maybe incomplete pass. That was called an incomplete pass, Chad?
Yeah. Sloan.
See,
with
politicking immediately. I was throwing.
A little tuck rule incompletion. And the result is an incompletion. So, 23-20. Chippewa Valley on top of Macomb, Dakota. The story of the game is Caden Sloan, who has rushed for 321 yards tonight, and what is thought to be the most yards in the state this season.
I mean, if anybody's beating them, I would love to watch them play some football. 272 and over 300 tonight. That's some kids' whole careers in 2 games.
2nd down and 1 from the left hash. Hamby in the shotgun. To his right, the hero Sloan. Give to Sloan, and he lost a yard. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. And I got to tell you, I don't know if he was trying to get in, Stick.
I don't know. They went with the Wildcat on that again. Direct snap to Sloan. They may be thinking what you're thinking. Let's draw out this clock. But to me, it's hard enough to get in the end zone. To stop yourself from getting in the end zone, I always think that's tough to do.
Yeah, it was Sloan and the Wildcat. Timeout taken, 1:55 to go.
So what's your play call here, Chad?
Well, what do we have? 2nd and 1? Or no, we have 3rd and goal.
From the 2 about?
From the 2. So I think you've got number 22 as a decoy, and you've got number 22 as a guy that's rushed for 320 yards tonight.
Yeah.
If you don't give him the ball twice, you're probably not going to sleep well, no matter what happens. If you give him the ball twice at some point, or do a right decoy play with him, you can feel good about it.
Well, you know, they had their field goal struggles earlier in the game. So
that's not an option.
Exactly.
That's not an
You're
option.
not even playing for the tie.
Field goal's not an option.
Okay.
In my opinion, if I'm coaching, you're asking.
All right. Yeah, I'm asking.
I'm not trusting my field goal unit.
Okay.
Right? I mean, I'm not.
And don't forget, you have big number 1 out there on the outside that has shown that he can jump over 3 defenders, too.
Right.
So you have options if you're Dakota.
Yep. It is a big front for Chippewa Valley. It is a double tight formation. Hamby from the left hash. The Cougars down by 3 to their rival, Chippewa Valley, with 2:01 to go. It is Wildcat formation. Caden Sloan, touchdown, Cougars!
Right, Chad. You got somebody with over 300 yards in a game like this, you keep feeding them the ball until they get you the lead. Now with under 2 minutes left, the Cougars are up 26-23. Extra point about to come.
How about it? Big game for Caden Sloan, and maybe this extra point bigger right now by Markovsky. The extra point is up, and it is good. They get an extra point from Anthony Markovsky. The snap by Sherrill and the hold by Mitchell, and it's a 27-23 ball game for Macomb, Dakota on top. The home team with their backs against the wall. Let's take another look at this one. Really a nice seal job on that right side, Stick.
Yeah, number 32 had a big block, and that's the kid who had the nice run on the fake punt as well. So he's having a great game, man. Don't you wish you were back in high school and could go hang out with these kids after the game today? Because you know they're going to have a good time tonight.
I would love to hang out with them. I would skip the game for sure at this phase.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, no. You know what?
Those Friday night house parties after a game like this.
The emotions and that's all about it, isn't it? I mean, you're thinking about that right now. You're thinking about how great it's going to be for somebody.
Right.
And the euphoria for somebody. And you're also in the back of your head thinking, you know what? There's a chance we lose and a chance that our night is ruined. It's all on the line with 1:58 to go and one of America's greatest high school football rivalries, Dakota and Chip.
Yeah, the Marines picked a good game when they chose this one.
Kickoff to the 20. Watch out here. Watch out. Gainer across the 40, still on his feet and knocked out at the 45-yard line. Big gain by Shamar Hurd, the track star. Here comes Chippewa with $1:51 to go.
And that's exactly what you want coming into this drive. Give yourself good field position. It kind of takes the pressure of the clock off of you. You're already at almost midfield. You got all your timeouts. You got 2 timeouts left, so time's not an issue.
That's how you draw it up.
Student section's going nuts for Chip Valley, too.
So Ryan Schuster, the senior quarterback, 6'2", 200 pounds, in the shotgun from the right hash with his team down 4 with under 2 to go. Number 1 team on the ropes in Macomb. Screen, left side, Harris, and he's going nowhere in a hurry. Sniffed out perfectly.
Gavin Moore, we just talked about him getting a huge block on that touchdown run. We talked about him getting the first down on the fake punt, and right there, that screen pass was set up. If he gets that chip block on him, who knows where that ends?
Minute 20 left, clock rolling. 1 timeout for the Big Red. Schuster on a 2nd and 9. Got a man caught near the first down, short of the first down. Solid tackle that time made in the secondary by Aiden Dale, the 6-foot senior. And the catch was made by Maddox Altamirano.
Under a minute left.
Got to hustle. 3rd down and 4. Pass caught. 1st down across the 40, up to the 35. Clock will stop here for a moment. Pass is caught by Kalen Shaw, his first catch tonight.
I hope everybody watching right now can feel what is going on in this arena. Oh my goodness. I got goosebumps right now.
4 wide receivers. Harris in the shotgun. Schuster back to pass. Man over the middle, pass off the fingertips of Shaw. Clock stops, 2nd and 10. 39 seconds left from the 35.
If I'm Chippewa, I'm okay with that incompletion. It gives me a little bit of time, gather my thoughts, get things back together. I know the clock is running down on you, but when you're running 4 or 5 of those plays in the hurry up, it really starts to speed your game up too.
2nd and 10. Chippewa Valley, number 1 team on the ropes, down by 4. Throw right side off the fingertips of Altamirano, who looked like he stumbled coming out of his break at about the 20, Stick. 3rd down.
Yeah, he never really got a secure grip on that ball. It could have been a completion. It's still, it wasn't going to be a game-changing completion, but it helps momentum,
Dakota's won 2 in a row in this series. Chip's won 5 of the last 7, and Chip comes in the number 1 team ranked. 3rd and 10 from the 35. 1 timeout left. Schuster over the middle, intercepted! Picked off! Intercepted by Mata!
He's running to the crowd. He's running to the crowd. They're jumping into the stands. Please do some crowd surfing. And of course, you see Joey right there in the mix.
Dakota with a dagger. With 30 seconds left, there is a flag on the field.
Yeah, you can't go into the stands.
And it's irrelevant. There's just 1 timeout left. How about Macomb, Dakota? Looks like they've pulled the upset here at home.
Chippewa's running their offense back out on the field.
Oh, boy. What is the call here? No, it's Dakota football. Post penalty after the interception. Like you said, 15-yard run into the field. Let's take another look at this thing. And really, nobody was in the area.
No,
must have been a miscommunication stick.
It had to have been. The wide receiver turns to his right. The throw is to the inside, to the left. And the overrated chants are starting from the Dakota sideline right now. These students are going nuts. See Joey.
30 seconds left, one timeout. Chip Valley can stop it just once. But Macomb Dakota, a heavy underdog in this one. After coming in just 1-2, they lost 35-21 to Brother Rice in the opener. They lost last week to Romeo 14-10. But let's take a look at this pick that sealed it for Macomb Dakota at home with their backs against the wall and their season on the line.
Yeah, there it is, and just nobody around. And man, that ball coming at him, look how excited he is. Like we were talking about, you know who's gonna have fun tonight? Number 7. Number 7's gonna have some good times tonight. And you know who's breathing the biggest sigh of relief? The kicker.
That's right.
The kicker.
Indeed.
And here comes the entire team running on over. They're
Anthony
going to the
Markowski. So Macomb Dakota wins it as time runs out on the big night from Caden Sloan, and the Great American Series continues as the coaches embrace at midfield.
What an amazing game, and like I said, Chad, I'm sad that it's over. Like, I could have watched this game all night long. The back and forth, the drama, you know, big play after big play, penalties calling back big plays, big calls changing momentum of the game. This game literally had everything tonight.
Their season on the line. Dakota comes back, and on the shoulders of Mr. Sloan, who carries for 329 yards.
Good Lord.
On 35 carries in this game. There's no secret who our player of the game is.
I'm going to go with him.
And he capped off that long 8-minute drive with that 1-yard touchdown run to clinch it. What a great game. We'll have the post game coming up as the award ceremony of the Great American Rivalry Series continues from Dakota. Your final score tonight, the Cougars 27, the Big Red 23, as number 1 goes down in Dakota. We're back after this.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so the interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decision.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Dakota did not disappoint tonight. They told us they'd bring the party, and they would bring us some enthusiasm in front of about 7,000 fans. And Dakota wins it, 27-23 over the number 1 team in our top 25, Chippewa Valley. Let's take a look at the highlights in this one. We'll start with the Sloan run up the middle. He was big all night, 322 yards for Sloan, as he was driven out of bounds after a gain of nearly 45 yards on this play. And then the touchdown pass here to a guy I know you like quite a bit, Mr. Colpart.
I love him. I more than like him. I love him. I would take this kid on my team 10 times out of 10.
Big kid, 6'3", 200 pounds. And then Harris says, hey, we're not done. Chip Valley up the gut for a 29-yard touchdown run. And this game was back and locked up. Chippewa Valley would regain the lead, rather, and then Sloan would come back and continue to add to his tally. Sloan, 35 carries on the night. This was one of them. Puts his foot into the ground and carries and gets into the end zone, dives for that pylon. One of 3 touchdowns tonight. And then this was the pass and the controversy stick, and this is really the game-changing play.
Yeah, I mean, if Chippewa gets that ball there, the game's pretty much over. But, you know, they responded, they got the ball, and then, you know, Sloan just kept Sloaning. That's what he did.
Sloan kept Sloaning, got him down to the 12. They would chip away and get themselves in position for a short touchdown run here on 3rd and short.
Big block.
And then this was the interception that sealed the game. The pickoff over the middle by Aiden Mata, and Dakota is dancing and back to 500 at 2-2. And is there a better 2-2 team in the state than Macomb Dakota? And was there a better 1-2 team in the state than Macomb Dakota before this thing began?
From what I saw tonight, no, there is not a better 2-2 team in the state. I mean, they just knocked off our number 1 team, Chippewa Valley, and Chippewa Valley, much respect to them. They played a great game tonight. Dakota just dominated the ball all night long. They were pushing it up and down the field. The only people who stopped Dakota tonight was Dakota.
That's right. Dakota up and down the field. They get the win, 27-23. Want to thank all of our folks for making this broadcast possible. Want to thank the coaches, Scott Merchant for Chippewa Valley, Greg Bauer for Macomb Dakota, Adam Demaros, the AD for Dakota, for all their special work here, and our hard-working crew, our producer, Alex Westfall, and Travis Childress as well. My name is Chad Bush. For my partner, Sam Stick Day, and Joey Radio on the sidelines, and Matt the Diesel Derry.
They're rushing the field right now, Chad.
My name is Chad Bush, and as the field gets bum rushed, our time to say goodnight. Your final score for Macomb Dakota, the Cougars 27, the Big Red 23, upset on the Friday Night Clash, Week 4. Thanks a lot for watching. So long, everybody.